voice. Our boy told them that they will become easier targets if they spread out. He asked them to raise their shields and form a tight formation to make sure that no one gets caught by the vines. He asked them to focus on defense until they received the next order. They all accepted his orders. They quickly got into position. One of them said that he is not going to die in a place like this. Ghislain quickly went to the carriage. He asked Kier about the oil lamps. The captain said that they were all there. Our boy asked Kay to light the lamps and throw them at the monsters to burn them down. Kier was surprised to hear that this was the reason his master brought so many lamps. One of Kier's teammates told him that the monsters are looking at them. Ghislain asked the captain to throw the lamps now. Sir and his teammates began to throw the lamps at the monsters. Unfortunately for them, the monsters were using their vines to destroy the lamps before they could get close to them. Sir was shocked to see that they swatted the lamps away. His subordinate told him that they cannot burn the monsters down like this. A Darusant fired its vines at them before it could touch them. Jillian appeared in front of them. He used his axe to destroy the vines. Belinda took out some knives. She threw them at the monster's eye. Ghislain asked Jillian and Belinda to prepare to throw the oil lamps while guarding the Regressed mercenaries. Our boy raised his sword. He said that he will draw the attention of the monsters. The moment he said this, a Darusant fired its vines at him. Belinda called out to her master. She asked him to look out. Ghislain swung his sword and managed to cut through the vines. The other Darusants began to attack him. Our boy skillfully dodged their attacks. One of the Darusants raised its leg to crush him. The mercenaries were shocked to see that the monsters had legs even though they were trees. They believed that their employer was going to get stomped on. Ghislain covered his sword with mana and used it to cut the monster's leg. He jumped and stabbed the Darusant directly in the eye. The other Darusants turned their attention to Ghislain. The mercenaries were surprised to see this. Belinda ordered the Regressed mercenaries to throw the lamps now. The mercenaries were certain that it would work this time. They quickly began to throw the lamps at the Darusants. The monsters screamed out in pain when the lamps touched them. The Regressed mercenaries were happy to see this. Ghislain asked them not to stop. He asked them to keep throwing the lamps until they burn all the Darusants down. The flames spread on the monster's body. The mercenaries were shocked to see what was happening. They could not believe that they were able to fight against them. One of them said that the entire forest will burn at this rate. With a nervous look on his face, Gordon said that the Darusants aren't anything big. He said that it is natural that they are weak to fire because they are trees. Ghislain asked the men to not let their guard down. He told them that it is not over yet. The mercenaries were shocked to hear this. With a serious look on his face, Ghislain informed them that the Darusants will now show their true appearance. The Darusants released some steam into the surroundings. The mercenaries did not understand why there was steam there. They wondered if the fire has already been extinguished. Belinda and Jillian quickly ran to their master. Belinda asked Ghislain about what is happening. Our boy explained to her that the shells of the monsters are weak against fire, but their insides are different. He said that the fire that is burning the shell is meeting the moist flesh and causing them to release steam. When the steam cleared up, we see the true form of the monsters. The Darusants screamed at them. The mercenaries were shocked to see this. They could not believe that the monsters were still alive. Ghislain raised his sword and called for everyone's attention. He asked them to raise their weapons. He told them that it will be a close-quarters battle from now on. He ordered them to charge. He also ran to attack the Darusants. The mercenaries were shocked to see Ghislain running towards the monsters. They could not believe that he wanted them to have a close-quarters battle against this massive monsters. They were scared that the monsters would stomp on them to death. Unlike Gordon and his friends, the Regressed mercenaries and their leader charged at the monsters. They said that they have been waiting for this moment. The men seemed to be excited. Belinda also ran to her master. Jillian asked Gordon and the other men to tell him why they are hesitating. He reminded them that Ghislain gave an order with a serious look on his face. He asked the mercenaries to trust our boy. The moment he said this, Ghislain cut one of the Darusants down. The mercenaries were shocked to hear what Jillian said. They decided to follow their employer. They believed that Ghislain was going to do something about the monsters. Gordon asked his teammates to trust their employer. They all raised their weapons and charged at the monsters. Ghislain raised his sword and pointed it at the monsters. He revealed to his men that they will be able to cut the monsters without mana because their barks has burned away. He asked them to not be afraid. He told them that the Darusants are nothing but huge target dummies. The mercenaries followed his orders and ganged up on the monsters. Kay was enjoying killing the Darusants. Belinda and Jillian also helped in taking care of the monsters. The group did not relent. They fought every single monster that surrounded them. Ghislain knew that hesitation in this situation is death. He believed that his role is to eradicate all hesitation from his followers. The moment he thought of this, he stabbed a Darusant in its mouth. He used his sword to tear it open. Our boy believed that he needs to instill them with the will for making the impossible possible. He wanted to instill this will into his men. When the monster which our boy killed fell to the ground, the mercenaries looked around. They realized that nothing was around them. The men could not believe that they killed all the Derusants. Ghislain asked them to line up. The mercenaries quickly followed his order. Our boy asked them to look around. He told them that this is the reality of the forest of beasts. He reminded them that they were still at the entrance, and yet it is already swarming with Derusants. The men became nervous when they heard this. Ghislain asked them to not fret. He assured them that he will always be standing at the forefront. He turned around and looked them in the eye. He asked the mercenaries to trust and follow him. The mercenaries were shocked to hear this from an employer. They assured Ghislain that they will follow him. As they continued their journey, they faced several monsters. Carr seemed to be enjoying himself. They faced monsters like orcs and some form of crystal mole. As they fought monsters, Belinda took care of her master. The group also faced some form of ancient birds. When they went deeper into the forest, they came across a giant rat. The mercenaries became nervous. They never expected the monsters to be endless. They had already gotten tired. Sir and Gillian appeared in front of them. Sir charged at the rat and cut off its leg. The monster screamed out in pain. It opened its mouth as it fell to the ground. The mercenaries were shocked to see it falling. Before the monster could fall on them, Gillian appeared in front of them. He used a shield to block the monster's mouth. While the monster was struggling on the ground, Ghislain climbed on it and stabbed it in the head. After taking care of the monster, Ghislain asked the mercenaries if anyone is injured. The men told him that they are all fine. They all gathered around him. One of them said that they cannot leave their employer's side if they want to survive. Gillian told his master that the formation of the mercenaries is starting to look decent. Carr explained to him that training through real combat always yields the best outcome. Ghislain told the mercenaries that they still have a long way to go. He asked them to keep cutting down the trees to clear the path. One of the mercenaries watched as the others worked. He was breathing heavily. The man said that everyone is insane. He believed that everyone had lost their mind because they were in a crazy forest. At night, we see the group arrive at a lake. The mercenaries were extremely happy to see a water source. They quickly ran to the lake. They could not believe that the water was so clean. Belinda was not happy to see the mercenaries close to the lake. She told her master that something can come out of the water. Ghislain realized that they have taken the right path so far. The lake is the most important milestone in reaching the runest mine. He asked the men to set up camp. He told them that they will be taking a break. The mercenaries quickly followed his orders. The scene shifts and we see some mercenaries sitting together. One of them asked the others to tell him what they're doing. He could not believe that they were already facing this amount of monsters when they are only at the entrance. He told his teammates that he cannot imagine what is waiting for them ahead. Another one said that they are lucky that nothing happened in the last 2 nights. In another part of the camp, we see the man who was breathing heavily earlier talking to Gordon and some men. The man suggested that they sneak out of the forest with him. One of them asked the man whose name is Myas to explain himself. Myas told the men that they do not need to risk their lives anymore. He told them that their lives matter more than money. Gordon reminded the man that they have already come far into the forest. He told him that Ghislain said that their destination isn't far from the entrance. He assured the man that they are almost there. Myas was shocked to see that Gordon believed our boy. He told him that he is gullible. He reminded him that their employer is the well-known scoundrel of Perdium. He told him that Ghislain wants to pioneer this force to get an accomplishment. A man with an eye patch reminded Myas that they have already been paid. He told him that it is their job as mercenaries to do as the employer says. Gordon told him that Ghislain has also saved their lives multiple times. Myas admitted the fact that Ghislain is a good fighter. He told the men that they have simply been lucky until now. He told them that our boy is only human. He said that they can die from a single mistake with an ugly smile on his face. He said that Ghislain will use them as meat shields once the situation becomes dire. He told them that all nobles are the same. The men's resolve began to shake when they heard this. Myas was happy to see that they were scared. He knew that it would be suicidal for him to go back alone, especially with monsters waiting at every corner. He wanted to use the men as bait. The man with the eye patch asked him if he is trying to tell them that they would all be dead without their employer. Myas was surprised to hear this. The eye patch man pointed at Ghislain. He asked the other men to see what our boy was doing. Ghislain was applying some cream on a wound for one of the mercenaries. He advised the mercenary to not allow water seep into the injury. He told him that it will get infected. The man thanked our boy. After the man stood up, Belinda leaned in and asked her master if he knows how expensive the medicine is. She advised him to use it for himself. Ghislain told her that this is what the medicine is meant to be used for. After saying this, he called for the next person. Myas was shocked to see how nice Ghislain was. The eye patch man told the bastard that the medicine and potions that their employer is using on them is more expensive than them. He asked Myos if he really believes that our boy would use such medicine on them just so that they can be meat shields. The other mercenaries agreed that Ghislain is different. They were certain that he wouldn't abandon them. Mayus had to turn around. He hated the eye patch man for interfering in his plan. He wanted to persuade a few men to get out, but the man was making it difficult for him. Ghislain walked up to Gordon and the other men. He asked them to stop chit-chatting. He told them that they need to get some rest. He moved close to Jillian and Kay. He told them that he needs to speak with him for a moment. Kier asked Ghislain if he is sure about leaving Mayus alone. He told our boy that he would have sliced the man's tongue if it was him. Ghislain assured him that it is fine. He told him that Mayus cannot do anything because of the monsters. He told Kier that he has something more important that he has to confirm. The group moved to a part of the camp where there was no one. Belinda asked her master to tell her why he wanted them to count the number of lamps available. Carr told him that there are currently 24 lamps. As our boy expected, a few lamps were missing. Ghislain reminded the group that monsters have charged at them day and night ever since they entered the forest. However, they have not seen any monsters for the past 2 nights. Belinda was surprised to hear this. Kier asked our boy about what this means. Jillian explained to him that they have entered the territory of a nocturnal monster. It is a monster that happens to have a huge influence in this forest. Ghislain told the man that he is correct. He turned around and looked into the forest. He said that they are now in real danger. In the next scene, we see Gordon resting on some logs of wood. While the man was trying to sleep, he felt a bright light shining in front of him. He quickly opened his eyes. The lamp that was on the log was floating. Gordon was shocked to see this. He did not understand how a lamp was suddenly flying. The moment he moved back a little, a terrifying monster with 8 sets of eyes bit his shoulder. Gordon quickly screamed out. The mercenaries were shocked to hear his voice. Gordon picked up his mace and swung it around. He asked the monster to get away from him. The mercenaries quickly moved close to him. They asked him if something is wrong. They did not see any monsters around him. Gordon told them that there was a monster next to him just now. The men were surprised to hear this. They told Gordon that there is nothing around. The man was shocked to hear this. He looked around. He could not believe that they were right. The men believe that Gordon had a nightmare. They told him that his sleepwalking is terrible. They believe that Gordon had such a bad dream because they have had to deal with a lot of monsters recently. The man tried to explain himself to them. One of the Subaru's mercenaries told the men that they are wrong. He explained to them that he woke up because he felt a strange presence. He saw the lamp disappear right in front of his eyes. Other mercenaries agreed with the man. One of them said that he heard a creepy laugh. Another said that he also witnessed the same thing. One of the men who told Gordon that he is wrong asked the others to tell him why they are acting like this. With a serious look on the man's face, he told the others that there is definitely something out there. Ghislain asked the man if he really saw through the monsters. The man was surprised to see our boy. Ghislain ordered the men to gather around. The scene shifts, and we see the men gather outside our boy's tent. Ghislain allowed Gordon and the man from the Subaru's mercenaries to join the meeting. Gordon was shocked to find out that the monsters had surrounded them. The man with the head cover told our boy that they cannot see the monsters with their naked eyes. Ghislain explained to them that this is a feature of the monsters. He told them that the monsters started following them when they reached the lake. These monsters are one of the monsters that dominate the night in the forest. They are the hunters of the darkness. They're known as fallers. They can melt into the darkness. This means that you cannot see them, and physical attacks don't work on them. A few hundred of them follow their prey and take away their light. Luring their prey into the darkness is what they excel at. It is their hunting method. The head coverman and Gordon were shocked to find out that a few hundred followers surrounded them. Belinda was surprised to find out that this was the reason why they have been losing their lamps. Kayer was annoyed to hear what Ghislain said. He wondered if the monsters were trying to play with them before killing them. He suggested that they take care of the monsters now. He told our boy that it will be better for them to strike first, before the monsters start toying with them. Ghislain told him that they need to wait until the monsters start attacking them. He said that it will be the best time to counterattack. Belinda reminded her master that they have already lost more than half of their lamps. She told him that they cannot just wait around. Ghislain explained to her that attacking the monsters recklessly would only stimulate their sadistic tendencies. The followers would fall back for a bit and harass them more thoroughly. Later, he told Belinda that they would be losing their chance to wipe out all the monsters at once. Jillian was surprised to hear this. He asked his master if there is a way to achieve this against hundreds of invisible monsters. Our boy told him that there is a way. He asked Belinda if she has prepared the magic scrolls. The maid said that she has given out one to each of the mercenaries. Ghislain told the group that he will now explain how they are to fight the monsters. The group was surprised to hear this. Our boy drew some images on the ground to signify their current position. He told them that a herd has surrounded their camp from 3 different directions. The monsters are stealing their lamps to slowly tighten their position. Since they were vastly outnumbered, it will be impossible to cover the entire area, especially since what they are up against isn't human. Ghislain told them that they will start collapsing from the sides if they start fighting them head-on. Gillian explained to Ghislaine that due to the fact that they set up their camp with a lake in the back, they avoided being surrounded from all directions. Our boy told him that he is correct. Although it looked like they were at a disadvantage, Ghislaine assured them that it is not the case. He told them that they have the initiative of this fight. The group was surprised to hear this. Our boy explained to them that they need to first divide their forces into 3 groups. The defenders will take on the monsters' attacks, the crossbow unit will stop them, and the elite assault unit, which Ghislaine is part of, will do the rest. The defenders and the crossbow unit will gather in the middle and push away the enemies. In the meantime, the assault unit will attack them from the left. They will be focusing all their firepower on that side. If they are able to surround them with the forces in the middle, it will be their victory. Gillian quickly understood his master's plan. Gordon asked if this is even possible. Carr said that it is possible as long as the units in the middle hold out long enough. Belinda interrupted the men. She reminded them that Ghislaine said that followers are immune to physical attacks because they can melt into the darkness. She asked them about how they plan on dealing with the monsters. Everyone turned to Ghislaine. Keir assumed that they just have to use mana. Ghislaine asked her not to worry about it. With a smile on his face, he told her that they have magic scrolls. Later in the night, we see the defense unit standing in front of the monsters with their shields up. One of them asked the others to not break the formation. He asked them to remember what their employer said. One of them announced that the followers have taken their last lamp. He said that something is coming. In the Pioneer Journal of the Deline, it was stated that the followers are extremely vulnerable to light. When they shone intense light on them, they revealed their true selves. The moment he thought of this, Ghislaine raised his magic scroll and tore it. He asked the others to do the same. Gillian, Belinda, and the rest of the group followed his order. They all tore their first circle magic scrolls. The spell is known as Light. The magic scrolls fired some energy into the sky. The energy turned into a ridiculously bright light. The followers screamed when they saw the bright light. The mercenaries were surprised to see that the darkness has been repelled. They could not believe that this was what the monsters looked like. They never expected this eel-looking monsters to be the ones surrounding them this whole time. Immediately, they thought of this. The followers charged at them. The crossbow unit quickly raised their crossbows. They were ordered to stop the monster's charge. They were asked to hold on for as long as possible. The men fired their arrows at the monsters. Ghislaine raised his sword. He told his men that the true appearance of the falls has been revealed. He covered his sword with mana and swung it. He pointed his sword at the monsters and ordered the assault unit to charge at them. The team immediately charged at the monsters. They tore them apart when they got close to them. Ghislaine made a huge swing and tore through them. Although possessed the ability to assimilate into the darkness, their actual defense is extremely weak. Our boy was certain that he can tear through the followers with this unit. He ordered the group to cut down as many monsters as they can. They overtook him and charged at the monsters. Gillian was taking their attacks and keeping their attention on himself. While he was doing this, Carr disrupted their formation. Belinda was responsible for creating an opening. She threw her knives at the monsters' heads. Immediately, she did this. She called out to her master. Our boy jumped and made a huge swing when he landed. His attack was able to cut through a large amount of monsters because of how big his sword is. This team was the elite unit of Praetorium. While Ghislaine and his unit were taking care of the monsters in their path, the crossbow unit fired their arrows at Fowlers. Unfortunately,